What if we set the wrong OKR or discover we need to change mid-quarter? Now, this is something that is often a worry for organizations who think we're investing so much effort into the OKR setting process. What if we get it wrong? Oh no, how do we deal with that? Now, partly with this, I would say try to make the OKR setting process not quite as heavyweight, because you're doing this for 3 months, then you get to do it again. So even if you get it all wrong, you've got 3 months and you can manage and work through that and change things as you go. And then you have the chance to learn from that experience and do it better the next quarter. So don't worry about getting it too wrong. Done. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Get it done. Get a good set of goals that you think are pretty good, and then send them out and see how that goes. Now, the second thing that I say to this is, if you do discover partway through the quarter that you need to change, that you've set them wrongly, maybe they're not very useful, maybe there's something that's just incorrect, or maybe something happened. Maybe you've got a new competitor. Maybe there was a pandemic that started mid-quarter. That may have happened recently. One of my clients had a situation where they were trying to enter new markets, but they require a license for every new market. And they don't know when that license is going to be granted. They have a whole lot of them that are in process. And then the license was granted in February, right? And so then they had to change their priorities in February to sort of go, okay, now we're going to go after this particular market here, right? But they don't know when that's going to happen. So all of these sorts of things, what you do is you say, well, if this is important enough, let's change our OKRs. Let's add one and remove something else. Now, this is a costly process. You do have to go through some process of thinking, some process of communication, and then you need to communicate to people, we are changing our OKRs. That's a feature, not a bug. Okay, so you having it so that there's a bit of cost to say, oh, okay, we've got to change our OKRs now. We're going to change from this to this. It's a costly thing because you are changing the direction and the prioritization of a group of people. Now, this team might be 20 people, it might be 10 people, it might be 5, it might be 200 people, it might be 2,000 people, right? But changing their direction, changing their priorities midstream when they think they've planned for the quarter, and you're saying, you know what, actually, we're going to change it here and go this way. Yes, it's costly. And it's costly because you're changing a lot of people. So it should be costly. Having this in the case of saying, okay, we are changing our OKRs, puts that little break in place so that you don't just have, what tends to happen in many organizations is things happen in the market, things change, leaders change their minds, and then they want to change something else, and then we just change direction, and we do that very subtly, and they don't realize the cost. If you have OKRs, you actually want to make sure you go through the process and think, do I really want to change this? Is this really important enough to go through the process of recommunicating, we are changing this OKR for this one, right? Do I want to, and in fact, there's a discipline of saying, if I'm going to add something new, I kind of need to take something away. So, because that's a fundamental trade-off you have to make. It's not an OKR rule. It's something that that you have to make as a fundamental trade-off of life. If you're doing more things, you need to do on one hand, you need to do less things on the other hand. So this process is a feature to get some discipline around that change process. Make sure you're really wanting to make the change, and then when you make the change, it's really clear because everyone sees, oh goodness me, something important must have happened because they've changed the company OKRs. Right, there's a change here, and I've understood the change. So, yes, it's okay. As I said, it's okay to change the OKRs mid-quarter. Go ahead, but don't do it lightly. Not because of the OKR rules, but because this is a change for your organization.